Let's talk briefly about time and events. An event orientation or today orientation culture says an event is elastic. It's as long or as short as it needs to be. What counts is the quality of the event and the people who come, not the hours and the minutes. Relationships are more important than the clock. And so this means, for example, a church service will begin when the people have arrived. While in the West, in the long-term oriented cultures, the church service begins at a specific time, whether or not everyone is present. And each item in the service has a strict time limit. Isn't it rather ironic that short-term oriented people seem to have lots of time? And the long-term oriented, tomorrow-oriented people are always focused on, it's time to start, it's time to stop. I don't know if people from time-conscious cultures could ever flex on their day off. You know, when the office is closed, or when Monday off, or Saturday off. In today-oriented settings, it seems you can call somebody anytime. Someone from Indonesia is relaxed, as if they have all the time they need. In fact, procrastination can be a virtue in some cultures. Why do today that you can put off till tomorrow? Now, this, of course, can be very abused and misused, as people stay up very late, hang around and never get to the task of preparing beforehand till the event is upon them, or they take advantage of people, and so on. Now, it is interesting to see how all of this time orientation plays out as cultures are becoming more global and digital, with the smartphone becoming a universal phenomenon. Event-oriented cultures who say they value people need to learn to value the time of those people that they value. People in individualist cultures see it as rude to be late and then show up whenever the next morning. That means you have not valued people at all. You know, on the other hand, when we say, sorry, I don't have time, people in communal cultures, they see this as rude. It means that something else is more important than the person you're talking with. Change cultures believe in the future, that the future can be changed and be different than today. Hence, change cultures tend to think long-term. Continuity cultures do not believe in a new or different future. You know, tomorrow is the same. Tomorrow continues today. And this means you live life now. Life is in the short term. So we talk about a person with an entrepreneurial spirit, especially in tomorrow-oriented cultures. Now, this may be a personality trait, but more than that, cultures that think long-term will encourage entrepreneurial spirit. These cultures are tomorrow-oriented and see ambition and being diligent to pursue these goals as virtues. In contrast, cultures that stress today and to live for the now focus on the situation at hand. So if a guest is in your home, nothing has priority over that, even if you have another appointment, because that guest is the one that you are relating to at that very time, and it is seen as responsible to attend to the present situation. Now, present orientation or today-oriented cultures focus on maintaining honor and avoiding shame. Saving face is primarily a short-term orientation phenomenon because in saving face, a person thinks of the immediate. To overcome immediate embarrassment, like, what will people say today? A person will tend to ignore the long-term consequences. You know, in terms of business, today cultures, they will emphasize the family business. They will resort to what is best and easiest for the now. On the other hand, tomorrow orientation cultures will set up the corporation, which lasts beyond today's generation. They will think about the good of the company more than the good or honor of the family name today. Short-term orientation cultures are reluctant to invest for the long term. They live for the now. They focus on the results of today and what is the right thing to do today. Such cultures, or people in such cultures, will sooner pursue immediate gratification, spend the money today if they have the money, and ignore the need for savings or writing a will. Now, I grew up in a culture that emphasizes savings, and more specifically, I grew up in a family where we were taught to be very frugal. And I've worked among cultures all my life who would say, well, if there's money in the pocket now, let's spend it. And it's been a huge challenge and learning experience all these years. Instead of saying which approach is better, I would challenge people from short-term cultures to value things like savings, preparing a will, making life plans, and then breaking that life plan down to annual plans. And then I would challenge people who are from long-term cultures to learn to become more spontaneous and flexible about plans and schedules and even spending. Now, what about Christians? Are we today people or tomorrow people? Should Christians be short-term or long-term thinkers? How about both? As short-term thinkers, we should live for today. Live for the now and not worry about the evils of tomorrow or the constant plannings. Each day is so different, so how can we really plan for the long term? But at the same time, we should also be long-term thinkers as we believe in the future, in the new creation. And our present decisions have long-term consequences. This means we should take strategic planning seriously. Now, let's take a break and do this next activity, which focuses on short-term versus long-term thinking.